Oh, welcome, ladies and gents. This film is tanking. Absolutely tanking. I did a video yesterday on the critics' reviews because they released, obviously, there was an embargo. And it was released. This is the Peter Pan and Wendy. And yeah, the critics, they weren't loving it. You know, they were a bit kinder to it. 69%. Lol. Phrasing. And again, they were kinder to it, but they weren't loving it. But my god, the audience score. Jeez Louise, they are hating it. So we're going to dive into this today. I thought it was a good bit of fun. Hit subscribe if you are new here. Give the video a like and please do share it. Because, yeah, this is just hilarious. If you don't know what this is a direct-to-Disney Plus Peter Pan film. Right? Obviously it's called Peter Pan and Wendy. It's with Mila Jovovich's daughter. She's the lead role as Wendy. You got Jude Law as Hook, and it does actually have a good director, right? So David Lowery, he is a good director, but couldn't make this good. Couldn't make this good at all. So again, I did a video yesterday on the critics, and you can see here, I didn't look at any of this yesterday, by the way, so this is all kind of fresh stuff. But people are like, you know, whatever you want to believe in Peter Pan or not, Lowry's Peter Pan and Wendy is probably the smartest of the live-action Disney films to date, jammed with irreverent sea shanties and briskly told over a commendably brief 90 minutes. So we'll go good, bad, and then we'll just jump to the audience, because they are just the funniest stuff you've seen in your life. And we knew this was going to bomb anyway with audiences, because when the trailers dropped, they were universally panned, the dislikes were blown into oblivion, and as with all Disney trailers now, which I really appreciate, the memes rolled in, which I love it. I love it when the memes take over in the trailer comments, and they absolutely did on those trailers. We had this one from Sarah. It says, Peter Pan and Wendy is another example of realism ruining creativity. From Hook's drab appearance to a lack of colour to boring action, it has no personality. It's not the worst of the Disney live actions, but the studio is losing touch with its own magic. Now, this is the thing, they wanted to go gritty, realistic. You don't do that with Peter Pan and Wendy. What are you doing? That's just bizarre. It's a bizarre narrative approach. It's just weird. Shouldn't be doing it. Doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. I literally don't get it. But again, some people really like it. A gorgeous, visually interesting film that explores its set pieces with love. Of filmmaking, of visual storytelling, of the source material, its fantastic potential. But I would push back on that and say absolutely no love for the source material, because they changed everything. You know, the Lost Boys are Lost Boys and Girls. Make a point of doing that now. It's just nonsense. So then we have this from CNN. What? Peter Pan was created in important ways out of racism, and no one in film has yet figured out how to make him fly free of it. What? Alright. I don't remember that. Peter Pan and Wendy is proof that it isn't... Is he talking about this Peter Pan, or the original Peter Pan? Out of racism? Really? Where did you get that? I'm going to have to look this up. I did not get any subtext of racism. Oh my god. Sorry. This took me a bit by surprise. Peter Pan and Wendy is proof that it isn't too difficult to make a good live-action version of a Disney classic. Peter Pan and Wendy takes too long to fly. And then some more negatives. Mr. Barry's enduring bedtime yarn is ripe for an awesome cinematic adaptation. Sadly, this isn't it. By the time the woolly pirates burst into their second rousing sea shanty, our minds begin to liken the Jolly Roger to the philosophical paradox of Theseus's ship. How many planks can you swap out while still claiming it's the real deal? That's brilliant. That's epic. Anyway, so... Oh dear. Well, look. The audience were less kind, because again, 69% lol critics, and then 21% audience score. So this is the audience stuff. I felt disappointed watching this, as it isn't a very good Peter Pan film. It felt very rushed, because bearing in mind, loads of people would just think that everyone's racist, because they obviously made, Peter Pan. you know, non-white. So loads of people go, oh, you're just far-right racists. Well, there's nothing about that in here, you know. It definitely felt like a streaming movie. As much as it was called Peter Pan and Wendy, it's more about Wendy and Captain Hook rather than Peter Pan. I liked that they gave Hook some important backstory, but Peter felt like a side character rather than a main character. So there you go. Nothing, you know, racist in it at all. Literally just pretty well to do. I tried watching this with my 5-year-old daughter. She said she wished the concert music would stop. She got confused by the Lost Girls, and she said Tinkerbell was a little scary. She fell asleep about 30 minutes in, and I turned it off. We kept waiting for the Disney magic to kick in, and were denied. Picture everything that's worse about these live-action Disney remakes and then apply it to this film. As, yeah, this film is just as soulless, heartless and pointless as all the rest of them are, with this film lacking the fun and creativity that made the 1953 original Disney animated classic stand out. This film was about as far removed from J.M. Barrie classic as the original 1953 film is, but at least that film was fun to watch. Again, some people, I can't read this. I can say some people like it, but I can't read it. It's in Spanish, so I can't read that. Everything was dull. The design's awful, guys. Like, it's really, really bad. Everything was dull. The acting, the wardrobe design, the environment. People love Neverland because it's magical, but all that magic was lost with this movie. The environment was flat, which left no room for the actors to interact with it. Boring from start to finish. Wouldn't recommend. Brilliant. Really bad movie. Even my child slept after 15 minutes. This is a kid's... You got to entertain a child because this is a child's movie. Once again, it's a soulless live-action Disney remake that instead of honouring what came before it, it's very, very intentionally deciding to divert from that and display it in a different light. Awful movie. The original was much better. Love it. This is brilliant. Ah, love it. Yet another drab, uninspiring remake of a classic cartoon. My advice, avoid at all costs. Again, nothing. No racism. No, you know, so all these people go, oh, far right. Shut the fuck up. You pleb. Please stop the lazy remakes. I like the Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin remakes, but these have been really terrible since. Fair. I didn't watch those, but yeah, fair. Even if this wasn't a remake with tons of source switching, movie still wasn't any good. Fair. Disney's so out of touch, not even close to the original. Why? Brilliant. More of the same unwanted, uninspired BS. Oh god, I love this stuff. This is gold. But obviously, we all predicted that this was going to happen. Of course it was going to happen, ladies and gents. But it is fun watching Disney crash and burn. Because, of course, you know, this massive corporation doesn't get any sympathy from me. They dug their own grave. Fucking dive right in. Dive right in. Cheers, guys. Take care.